Hello everybody, my name is Hannah. Today I am doing a book tag. I was tagged, excuse me, I'm still sick. I was tagged by Read by Liv. So this tag is called aBOOKalypse, which is amazing. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited to do it. I was reading through the questions and I was like, this is going to be a lot of fun to do. And it will be. So the first question is, evacuate. Everyone is out safely, but you can only go back and grab one book. Which book would you grab and why? And the one that I chose is Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. This is my absolute favorite Harry Potter book. It's huge, so I can reread it and it will take me a long time. It has some of my favorite characters in it and some of my favorite plots. Yeah, so that's the number one reason why, and I love Harry Potter. So yeah. It's the apocalypse. Choose a book that would help you with survival skills. And I can't find the first one, but I chose Mistborn. It's just this whole book, this whole series is about survival. A lot of strategies as well. I mean, there's so much strategy in these books. So if I'm ever like a part of a colony in the apocalypse, this would be really great to learn from, I guess, for politics. Especially this book, actually, The Well of Ascension. This one is the one with like so much political intrigue, which I actually really liked. So anyways, yeah, so this one. Grab anything you will need. Grab a fan or book-related item you want to save. And I don't have any signed books. I don't have any book-related paraphernalia. I have no idea. I have like nothing. So I have this. And this is my Stormtrooper mug. I actually have not read Star Wars, but this stays on my bookshelf because I think it looks really cool. So yeah, this is what I would pick to save if I had to pick something that were book related. Yeah. Zombies are coming. Which books on your TBR are you dying to read? And I would say Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. And I hope I am pronouncing that right, because I have heard so many good things about this. And I'm actually saving this for like my last TBR of the month. So I'm going to get through all my other books, and then I'm just going to sit down and just like, I don't know, relax and read this book. And it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm excited. So yeah, this one. We Need Fire. Which 3 books would you be willing to burn from your shelf? Yes, you have to choose. So I actually had no problem choosing some of the books on my shelf to burn. The number one book being Outlander by Diana Gabaldon. I haven't read the book. I don't know if I ever will. I couldn't really get into the writing in the first, I don't know, like 50 pages. So I really couldn't get into it. And it's also really big. So if I have to like, this would be perfect for a fire, honestly. It would be great. And then the next 2 books are books that I don't like at all. I've read both of them, and I don't like them, and I don't know why, because they're so high on everyone else's list. So maybe it's just me. But anyways, the other 2 that I would burn are Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor and Days of Blood and Starlight by Laini Taylor. And these books, they just didn't do it for me, and that's okay. I'm sure they're still really good. It's not something that I could get into. Okay. So all the stories were true. Which fictional world would you never be able to survive in? This is very easy for me to pick because it would be 100% the Hunger Games. I would be like the first person to go in the Hunger Games. Not even kidding. Like, I would probably just like crawl into a ball and just wait for someone to kill me. I mean, oh my gosh. I couldn't. When these movies were coming out and I was watching them and even reading the books, I was like, I wouldn't make it 2 seconds in these games. Like, this really sucks that people have to do this. So yeah, I would die. I would die like within the first 10 seconds. So, Lone Survivor. Which character would you choose to be your companion or protector during the apocalypse? And I chose Daenerys Targaryen, because she's the protector of her people and she has dragons. So that's what I would choose. Oh yeah. And I would be one of the dragon riders, and we could just ride around on dragons and rule the world. In a nice and kind way. Yes. And then PROCREATE. Oops. PROCREATE. All of the literature is gone. Which book would you introduce as your first new classic? And I would pick the first. This is not Lord of the Rings. This is actually the third one. And I would pick the first one because honestly, high fantasy and fantasy is my favorite genre, like 100,000%. And this really kind of paved the way, I feel like, for high fantasy. I feel like these books were the first out of its kind, maybe. I could be wrong. I could just be really ignorant in how fantasy started out. But I think Lord of the Rings was one of the first high fantasies that was like, I don't know, so descriptive. And so yeah, anyway, so Lord of the Rings, 100%. Start a new community, tag a booktuber. So I'm going to tag a few people, and I'll link everyone's down below, including Read by Livs. So I tag Scribble Maven, Bibliofeline, Books with Nahid, Zoe Reads, Kristen P, Nettle Books, the Entish Reader, and Catadactyl.